okay, say a woman is 23, 24, 25. The man is 45 plus, and he's thinking about molding her and her being more malleable. But what happens in another decade or so when she hits 30, 35 plus and things start to change? Because I do see a lot of the times women will get into those situations and then they become resentful after a while because they start to grow up. I just don't see why men would date women whose brain isn't fully developed.
Yeah, I also don't see why women would date men who are rich. I mean, we can have all these hypothetical questions and scenarios. You don't see why men would date, and who says the brain is not fully developed? Because those same women who don't have brains fully developed, they're developed enough to reject men who are their age because they don't have money. In that case, their brains are fully developed because they can detect that the guy my age who I'm in college with is broke, so I'm not going to date him. I'm going to reject him. But for some reason, when the guy who has money, who's older, comes around, now their brains are not fully developed. Do you see how this doesn't make sense?
I don't know. And then a lot of the times I do see older guys, they'll mentally bring themselves down to that girl's level. So I don't know. And I think the internet is glamorizing big age gap relationships.
What's too
And
big,
I don't,
Molly, for you?
well, I'm just saying, like, if the man is 50 plus and say she's under the age of 30,
No,
that's a big
like give
age
me a
gap,
number. How many years is age gap too big?
a decade or more. But I think it also depends because if you're probably 30, 35 dating a woman that's probably in her mid to late 20s. But some men are older and they do try to take advantage of a woman's youth. And I do think that a lot of women do at some point become resentful. And I've had conversations. I have a friend, she's younger than me a little bit, and she had a baby by a man who was in his 70s.
Because she saw the money.
And
I
he,
don't like how she keeps saying men are taking advantage of the women, but she's not talking about how women take advantage of those guys and their money. She's not talking about that part. Funny how that works.
the maturity is financially, yes, he is straight financially, but the maturity,
See? There it is. So her friend had a baby with a guy who's 70 because financially he's straight. So clearly she knew that going in, right? But now she's still trying to say her friend is a victim and she was used by an older rich man. Like I said, most women would rather be with a man who's way older than them, who has the money and spending it, than be with a guy their same age who's broke. That is just the facts. They're not building shit with no man who's broke.
no, it's not there.
Yeah.
It's like he tries to keep up with her. And I know sometimes women kind of look for a dad type of thing when it comes to older men. So it's like she didn't really respect him at the end of the day.
Quentin,
What's the question?
what do you think about the sentiment of the woman that said that men that are older are most of them are dusty and that they're basically looking to steal the youth of women that are younger than them and they have more difficulty attracting women that's their age? You can attack any one of those points or all of them if you.
I don't know. I don't date men over 50, so I wouldn't know what that looks like.
Jesus.
So I guess at this point I would just be taking up.
Culturally, what do you think about men that date younger women?
It depends. Like I'm right about Molly. Like I think like 10 to 15 is probably to break it off right there. Anything like I don't know. I just think like because I date older women, I can speak from my perspective. Like maybe I'm like 33 and she's like 46, so she still ain't aged out yet. Like she getting there, but like the more you get up to the 50 and the 55, and I'm still down here, I just don't think long term is sustainable. and it's fun.
I mean, I just watched a video on Kendra G's show. A woman was 20 and she dated a man who was 82. Why? The money. And she said she doesn't care because they want the money. They're all about the money. So if we're going to be honest in this conversation, we have to say what both people are looking for in each other. Because even the people who are the same age, a man is 25, a woman is 25, they have expectations of each other. So maybe one of the expectations a 25-year-old woman is going to have for a 25-year-old man is she's not expecting him to spend so much money on her because he doesn't have the money, but she's probably going to expect him to call her every day, morning, lunch, and nighttime, text her all the time, compliment her. I don't know, use his car to take her wherever she wants. They're going to be expectations. It's called a relationship for a reason because both parties expect something from each other. So I didn't like hot take. I liked hot take, you know. But I'll put down the full link down below to Anton Daniel's channel. What do you guys think about that?